Hey guys, Adam here from Ohio City Provisions, and today we're firing up this smoker to smoke our spatchcocked turkey. Now, smoking a turkey is not a very traditional preparation for Thanksgiving. However, it's one that I absolutely love. So we have about a 25-pound turkey that we cut the backbone out and folded, pushed down flat, otherwise known as spatchcock. And today we're going to be smoking at about 300 degrees. I like to smoke all my poultry at a much hotter temperature than traditional smokers. Really helps to render the skin. Otherwise, if you smoke really, really low, your skin's going to turn to rubber after about 3 or 4 hours. Today we're going to be using this offset stick burner smoker. This is brand new right here. It's called an Outlaw. This is a little bigger than probably most of you have at home. It's kind of a little overkill for what we're doing today, but nonetheless, it's fun to fire it up. This is going to run off hickory. We're smoking 100% with hickory today. But it all depends on your liking. You can use apple, pecan, just general hard oak. Works just fine. So when we're firing this bad boy up, we're going to start with a little bit of lump charcoal. Burn that down, add some wood, and we're going to let that cook down for about an hour just till we get a nice base of coals. At that point, we're going to split some of our hickory logs into smaller pieces, hence we call them sticks. Adding smaller sticks more frequently will allow you to keep control of your temperature a lot easier. Now, important to know, in this smoker like this, we have 2 hot spots. Anything that's high towards the top of the ceiling of the barrel is going to be much hotter than down on the grates. Once you get towards the firebox, that's going to be much hotter than the back towards the outlet. Now, this is important because even though we're smoking it, we want to kind of recreate what you would do in your oven. So we recommend in an oven starting at 425, a higher temperature, for about an hour till the turkey starts to brown or that skin starts to render, and then turn it down to 325 to finish your bird. Same thing in the smoker. We're gonna take our turkey, start it right next to the firebox so that skin really starts to set up, starts to render out its fat, and starts to crisp up. Once we get some good color on it, we'll move it to the back of the smoker to finish. All right, so we have our spatchcock turkey, and we're about to launch this on our smoker. Next, what I'm gonna do first is season it up. You can use any seasoning you want, as simple as salt and pepper. You can make yourself a rub, which I have here. Today we're going to go with a little more traditional barbecue rub. This is basically equal parts kosher salt, organic cane sugar, and then I put a little bit of black pepper, some cumin, a little bit of garlic, and some paprika. Real simple, but really flavorful. And we're going to get a pretty good coat on here. You don't want to go crazy, because you still want to taste the turkey. But what we're going to do is just lightly start spreading the seasoning around. And try to get everywhere pretty well covered. Once we have this bird rubbed down, we're going to let this rub set for about 10 minutes. What the salt's going to do is pull a little bit of the moisture out of the bird, kind of mix with the sugar and the spices, and kind of help glue it on the skin. All right, now that our bird is rubbed down, we're going to get it right in the smoker, all right? Again, we're going to launch right close to our firebox. If you don't want to rotate the bird, I would suggest starting with the dark meat towards the hottest part, as this is going to take longest to cook. But we're going to rotate this throughout our cooking process. So we're just going to start with the breast side towards the firebox. 6 more hours, we'll be ready. All right, so our bird's been in the smoker for just about an hour, right next to the hot spot in the firebox. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rotate it and also move it to the back side of the smoker. Just looking good. Now we have the bird breast facing the hot box, okay? What we're going to do now is rotate it around this way so that the majority of the heat is going to hit the dark meat first, which is going to take a little while longer to cook. All right, bird's back in. In about 20 minutes or so, we're going to come back in and baste it. All right, guys, our turkey's going strong in here smoking, 300 degrees. Looking beautiful. One thing the smoker has is heat and smoke, obviously. One thing it doesn't have is moisture. So to add some moisture, a good tip is get yourself just a disposable aluminum pan, fill it up about halfway with water, put it right in front of that hot box. Now, once that water heats up, it's going to turn to steam. It's going to add just a little bit of moisture to help that skin cook. Another way to add moisture quickly to the skin is by basting. We all know basting, pulling this turkey out of the oven, getting the fat and everything that drips below it, and then putting it back on top of the skin. A really good, simple way that I like to do it is by a spray bottle. So what I do is I have hot water and a little melted butter, shake it up, and spray your turkey. Fat, water, everything based perfectly. Now, butter is going to solidify if it gets cold. So really good, helpful trick is to keep your butter in, or keep your spray bottle in just a little bit of warm water. All right, guys, we're just about 4 hours in on this cook. Our turkey's looking nice. We have been flipping, basting, and rotating this guy all day. Oh, baby. Here we are.